I know we've been talking about stuff that has completely disappeared, like critical race theory and
the caravan,
wokeness.
How about all like the Muslim jihad that was infecting the center of the country? I remember that from the Obama days.
You don't even remember Sharia law.
Oh, right. That's what I meant. Yes, it was Sharia law.
Sharia law was going to take over with the caravan, no-go zones,
Hobbit homes,
all the stuff that was happening with Dr. Seuss.
15-minute city.
I mean,
Obama phones.
Yeah.
All right, we're a little bit far away from.
One more we're going to be doing is, of course, the impeachment of Joe Biden. This is the earlier one, right? This is Comer. Yeah, let's do. Yeah, this is Comer. What was the date of this Comer appearance?
Well, just play that first part then, Bradley, because I don't want to spoil the rest of the clip. The Rupar account spliced together these two to contrast it. But this was May of last year. This is what Comer had to say about their star witness, Alexander Smirnov, who, spoiler alert, has been revealed to be a Russian asset and is now going to jail.
He's going to jail, but to be fair, he's doing it because he blatantly lied to FBI agents. And but here's Comer, just a year ago, less than a year ago, when he was talking about how this is going to blow the lid off of everything.
This is a very crucial piece of our investigation, and the reason that I think it's very credible is this claim was made years before anyone knew about these different shell companies and knew exactly what the Biden family did in countries like Romania and China to get money. Pause
it.
That's all.
I don't know if you can see it. I want you to keep it up there because I want to show what's on the screen. It says...
this is the newer, the one
FBI tipped off about Biden bribery. So in 2020, this guy, Alexander Smirnov, there was a big election in 2020, incidentally. And he filed I think it was Form 1023, they call it, which is essentially the equivalent of a tip line.
Yeah.
And... he filed this, tip saying that he spoke to somebody who told him that Joe Biden got $5 million. Both the Bidens, all the Bidens got $5 million each for Burisma or something like that.
$5 million?
$5 million.
$5 million.
$5 million.
Exactly.
$5 million is not enough to
you know why? You know why they use that figure? It's because it was a part of a separate corruption investigation within Ukraine. A $5 million bribe was alleged, but had nothing to do, which was being looked into by Ukrainian authorities. It had nothing to do with the Bidens. They just copy and pasted that allegation into their corruption investigation into Joe Biden.
Matt. If you knew anything about investing, you could take that $5 million, put it in an index fund, and because of the magic of compound, what is it? Interest. Within like 50 years, you'd have hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, well, the Boston Celtics have reportedly paid NBA champion Kevin Garnett $5 million annually since he retired. So what are they bribing him for?
But the point being is that Comer heard about this 1023 form and said, you've got to release it. The FBI is sitting on information that is, and the FBI is going, dude, it's a form, but it's not valid. Trust us. And he's like, I will not trust you. You're sitting on this information.
The 1023.
This is the whole key to the whole thing. Here it is. And sadly, now, here we are in April of 2024, and this is Comer's take on the whole Smirnov, his key witness.
Responding to AOC talking about it. Oh, we don't have sound. This Fox News player is a pain in the butt.
Comer, take quote unquote evidence and account from someone who was working with the Russian intelligence and tried to impeach and remove the president of the United States over it. This is serious.
How did they not know that, or did they know that this was connected to the Russians? Or did they not figure that out because they hadn't translated from the Cyrillic?
That, I think, is a very excellent question for Chairman Comer.
And House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer is here to respond to that. Congressman, your colleague and Stephen Colbert clearly have some questions for you regarding the impeachment inquiry. So what is your reaction to that moment from late night with Stephen Colbert last night?
You know, all the Democrats have is Russia, 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 Russia. Our investigation has actually proven that the Bidens took $3.5 million from a Russian oligarch.
$3.5
for no known reason. We deposed the president's son, as you know, and they couldn't explain why they received the $3.5 million. We believe the money was received because the Russian oligarch couldn't get an American bank to take her as a client. All the people that the Bidens were influence peddling with were bad people from bad countries around the world. The Democrats always go back to Russia 2.0. I assume what AOC is talking about is the FBI informant that was arrested. We never knew who the FBI informant was. We had whistleblowers bring forward a 1023 that alleged the Bidens were involved in a bribery scheme. This allegation was consistent with what we had already found in Romania and China. We knew the Bidens were up to no good in Ukraine, so we investigated this. We asked Christopher Wray who the FBI informant was, and Christopher Wray himself told us the FBI informant was one of the Bureau's most trusted and highest paid informants. In fact, he had been with the Bureau for over 10 years.
Can we pause it?
So
we can see this graph? I mean, all right. Okay, we can't pause it then. Maybe we can get a screenshot of it and we can put it up later, because I want to look at this flow chart to see if we can dissect this a little.
This is Glenn Beck, Rockefeller Center grade flow chart.
Or it's the Charlie from It's Always Sunny meme.
The whole ordeal there with the FBI informant wasn't relevant to the investigation. One part that we investigated, but the Democrats and the intelligence community are colluding with the media to try to say that was a key part of the investigation, and therefore the investigation needs to end. The bottom line is this: the Bidens took nearly $30 million from our enemies around the world. They can't say what they did to receive the money. We believe Joe Biden's compromised because of the money he's taken, and we know Joe Biden's been dishonest with the American people.
Okay,
now, that appearance by James Comer was at 5 a.m. on Fox and Friends First. You couldn't even get on the Fox and Friends. Like, he has been...
Oh, they're embarrassed by
We
this.
are watching, like... baseball season has just started, and it is like a guy starts the season in Boston. Then he goes, he's not doing so well, so they send him down to Worcester. And then he's not doing so good. And by the end of it, he's like in a small town in Bangor, like outside of Bangor, Maine.
Right.
That's basically it. Comer is now like...
He's now
like at 6 weeks. He's going to be doing like
he's in the
public
XFL.
access.
He's in the XFL.
Batting aid for the Bowie Bay Sox.
Right. He's playing hockey in Germany or something like that.
The whole key to this is clearly you throw out different numbers. 3.8 million, 30 million, 47 million. We have $47 million. They just all they need to do is figure out a way of like adding up different numbers that they see.
So let's put
these are small
chart
numbers.
up. I mean, okay, so they're claiming here that $5 million came from a Chinese company to the Biden-China joint venture. That $5 million figure, though, came from, and it was that September 2020 arrest of 3 Burisma executives, because apparently they offered $5 million in bribes to Ukrainian anti-corruption officials to get them to not investigate. But this claim from 2017, $5 million from a Chinese company. I still haven't even found what the basis of that allegation is. Okay.
Hold on. This is what's amazing about this. It starts $5 million from the Chinese company.
Right.
Then it goes to the Biden-China joint venture. Somebody takes 4.6 million of that and puts it in their pocket at this joint venture.
Right.
And then Hunter sends 400,000 to his entity.
Minimum level NBA contract.
So in other words, somebody else somebody besides Hunter. There's 2 pictures. a guy presumably who's Chinese. Maybe, I don't know if this could be just a random guy to represent joint venture.
Stock photo of a Chinese
But
man.
somebody gets
Chinese guy.
somebody gets 4.6 million there, but all Hunter gets is 400,000.
Raw
He sends
deal.
it to his entity, and then his entity sends $150,000 to James and Sarah's Biden's entity.
So his uncle.
His uncle, and then the uncle takes $50,000 out and gives it to himself, and then he sends, oh God, this is really damning, a check for 10,000.
What? 40,000.
40,000.
But remember
to
that
Joe
was-
Biden.
That was in increments.
Better declare that, buddy.
For Joe Biden. Incidentally, Joe Biden's not in office at that time. He's 1 year out of office, and nobody thinks he's ever going to
Doing
run
all his
again.
crimes.
And he's like, here is your $40,000 for completely usurping the American foreign policy. Good job, Joe. And incidentally, to be fair, that was probably $30,000 in just interest payments on the 40 and the 30.
I wanted to correct myself. The one that came in 3 payments was the car repayment from Hunter to his dad. That $40,000 check. I mean, that could have been that CCP money. But the way that the flow chart completely obscures that they started with millions and now they're in the $40,000 figure. How do you dilute it that much?
The reason why they put that flow chart out is they hope that Joe Biden sees it and he goes, hey, man, what the F? I thought, what the hell?
I know.
$5 million payout and all I get is 40 grand? Like years later? Are you kidding me?
You like it, yeah.
And I like the assumption that this is all the same money, as if it's like labeled China corruption money, right?
Yeah. Money's fungible.
I mean, yeah.
But the best part is that, like, it really, the Bidens only get, like, even Hunter only gets $400,000 that then sort of like goes into his entity.
Jared Kushner got from the Crown Prince of
Billions!
Saudi Arabia $2 billion injected into his equity fund. Like,
as soon as Trump left office, after they delivered significant wins for Saudi Arabia, and they were working on the Abraham Accords, the Saudi normalization deal, that, by the way, has led to this Middle East chaos in part that we're seeing right now.
Potted Plant finally became a member after listening since I was a sophomore in high school 12 years ago.
Wow.
Really love the great interviews and insights and consistent left of the left analysis. That makes my day. Sophomore in high school. Nice.
Gotta talk more about Thanos and cartoons
exactly.
like Tim Pool does.